Hi guys. I'm Matt Harris. I'm representing Get Your Comic On over here in London. Thank you very much for taking the time out.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So jumping straight into things, with My Hero Academia having aired nearly 10 years now, having 170 episodes, four movies, and at least five video games, we're sad to say goodbye to one of the strongest Shonen Jumps animes of our generation. In your own opinions, what was it that drew in so many fans for this anime and made it into the juggernaut success it is today?
I think it was a lot of contributing factors. I think it was the right place at the right time. We were kind of in the heights of the superhero zeitgeist within film and pop culture at the time. Um, and to have a more sort of episodic, developing story where we weren't just sort of seeing random events unfold was really novel. Um, there, as terrible of a moment in time as it was for everyone, the global pandemic was something that really bolstered the show and animation in general, and the fact that a lot of people were craving content and they happened upon it and fell in love with it. There are characters that everyone can relate to. The circumstances behind every character is unique, so it's not just sort of your run of the mill. I just want to be the best, or I just want to be the strongest. There's people with real trauma and whatnot. So I think there was a lot to be seen in the show that the viewers resonated with, and seeing those characters overcome their hardships inspired them to also work to overcome their hardships in life. And so I think the show just speaks to everybody on a very personal level um, that we're very fortunate to get to experience.
So firstly, across to yourself, Chris. Were you pleased to have All Might step back into the fight for one more final bout in the final season, particularly as his final battle previously was back in season three?
Yeah, it was nice to actually see him do something. But I never would have possibly imagined it would have come back in such a wild way with that crazy suit and the big smile as he's trying to get All for One to kind of chase after him and buy everybody some time. It was really emotional for me because I watched the show with my kids, and I think that our favorite thing are the students. We, as an adult, I probably might have gravitated towards the League of Villains, but since I'm watching this through my young daughter's eyes, we loved Froppy. We like Hawks. We like all the student characters, and when I saw him listing out all of those characters' special moves in that he had named after all of his attacks, I just thought it was the sweetest, most adorable way to kind of wrap things up. I was dying. I was having a hard time fighting off tears during those last few sessions, and it was nice to have let All Might kind of have one last final time to say he did it. And what's important to know is that he also did it without the use of his quirk too. He did exactly what Midoriya did at the beginning of the show, which is run into battle, even though he doesn't even have a quirk anymore. So it's pretty cool to see it come full circle.
No, it was definitely fantastic to witness, and yeah, your performance definitely came across as quite emotional as well.
Thanks, my friend.
So thank you for that. So for Justin and Clifford, you've obviously voiced Deku and Bakugo for going on 10 years now. Given how much our voices in general can change with age and with experiences, particularly with your characters' growth over the series, how has your approach to your voicing these characters changed?
Yeah, so it definitely has shifted. That was kind of an interesting thing about I have the Japanese counterpart of the voice actor of Deku. I hear all of his lines before I record, so I sort of follow his lead. I don't try to copy per se, but I am following where he and their staff are guiding the character. So over time, he did develop a bit more a lower register. He's just more confidence. I think that speaks to how Deku has risen from the kid who has essentially nothing to saving the world.
For me, I feel like Bakugo's voice kind of developed naturally over time. Um, because at the start of the season, he's almost 15 years old, and I think by this point where we currently are in the series, he's about 17 years old. Just by relating when his birthday lands compared to where the school year starts in Japan, and so kind of naturally over the course of doing the show and just kind of having to do this like gruffer, angrier thing, the voice just kind of settled more and more into where it lived. Um, and it's been nice as he's gone on and grown over the course of the show that I've gotten to have lighter moments where he's not so, for lack of a better word, grumpy. And let him just be a little bit lighter in tone. And much like what Justin just said, I always hear the Japanese voice actor beforehand and hear where he's kind of sitting, and then I kind of have to interpret like, okay, well, this is where my performance has always been, and this is where we've gone in the series regarding the English performance, and so I always kind of use it as like a guideline to help me understand, like, okay, this is sort of tonally where we need to sit, and now I just need to be able to portray it in my own sort of way. So the voice just kind of happened over time, I feel like.
No, perfect. Coming across to yourself, John. Obviously in MHA, you get to voice what might be one of the most evil anime villains in Shonen Jump history. He's at very least in the top 10. We hear from a fair number of actors that say playing the bad guy can be a lot more fun than playing the hero. Is that the case with yourself when you played All for One?
No, it is. I mean, I love playing, and I play a lot of villains. I mean, I've sort of fallen into that world, and I love it. It just, there's a lot of texture and richness to a villain, hopefully anyway, and certainly for all for one there is. And so I've relished getting to play him, and to see what kind of twists and turns he brings and takes, and how he deals with things. Not to take anything away from any of the heroes or anything like that. I mean, I think everyone here and everyone in the show does an absolutely fantastic job in their roles. And if I can just give a quick tip of the hat to Colleen, the director, initial director, she cast people that she just hit it the nail on the head every time. I think with every character, and I think a lot of kudos need to go to her. Um, but I've just had such a great time doing it. It's fun when people like at conventions and stuff. It's just nice when people come up and they go, "Man, I love your villain, and I love how evil you are, and how it's kind of a weird thing to go. Well, I love playing evil people. But it has been a lot of fun, and so I'm just glad to get to do it.
No, it's
And
so
not that
appreciated.
evil in real life, I should say.
The nicest
Every
people
bit
usually play the
acting
best
ability.
villains. So, throughout the whole show, all of you have had multiple moments where your performances have gone plus ultra in the recording booth, whether that is screaming, yelling, or fighting back your character's tears and their emotional damage. How much work was it physically in the recording process to deliver these intense and emotional scenes?
Hey, Clifford, you want to talk about that?
Do I want to talk about it?
Yeah,
Uh,
because you're like I've done the scratchy characters like that before, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, it is painful and a whole body experience, right?
yeah. I mean, especially in this most recent season, the final fight. between Bakugo and All for One. I mean, it was brutal. There were so many like long extended yells and to go with the voice placement and all these things. Like there's only so much you can do to save yourself to get through it, and the physical turmoil that can come from it is pretty brutal. I feel like I was recovering from the second episode, which I think was titled Quirk Explosion. I feel like it took me like 4 weeks to finally be like, oh, I'm back to being myself. It was so grueling. But also very gratifying, you get through them and when it's done and the fans are messaging you about how much they enjoyed it, and and they're being moved by these moments. Like it's exhausting, but it's also very gratifying. And so I mean it's a whole process. I'm glad I got to do it.
Mhm.
But it will also be nice, I feel like, when the series has wrapped and that book is closed, that I'll be like, okay, I have a little bit of time away from that now. And that will,
Yeah,
perspective comes with time, right? So I'm really
course.
looking forward to see how it all moves
I
forward.
can tell you, having worked on that with you, and we record separately, right? So getting to hear you do that,
Hmm.
it made my blood curl. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I feel so bad for that guy. Oh, Cliff, no, you did an amazing job, but just to hear that stuff, I mean, you can, because we've all done it, you can just totally feel for you, man.
No, it was a phenomenal performance. Particularly your fight with Deku after school.
Hmm.
That was standout throughout the series, for me at least.
That's a good one.
So thank you for that. So noting the time, I wanted to ask, how do you all feel that your characters in My Hero Academia, they're frequently quoted from the anime in general life and fitness motivation videos on YouTube? Not whether or not you're aware of these. So that the effect your performances have had on people that can ignite something deep from within them to better themselves in one way or the other.
I should start listening to those so I
Dude,
feel more inspired to work out. I feel like that's what the lesson there is.
I listen to Clifford screams to fall asleep. The It's my relaxation sounds. Yeah, I wish it would work the way it worked on other people, because people come up to see us and they're all like completely fit. They're like, I listen to you screaming every time I work out. I go, okay. I wish I could turn the mirror back around and it worked on me, because like the people that come up look like what what people imagine that I look like, but I don't. It's remarkable to people, the stuff that people are inspired by when it comes to the show. Like so many people watching it together with their families and pushing to become the best they can be.
Yeah, they are fantastic. The clips they take are just they do ignite something within a lot of people. So again, you've inadvertently helped countless people for your
Yeah, see, now
performances.
you all have helped people. No one comes up to me and says, "Man, you have inspired me to destroy the world."
Not yet, at least.
Not yet, yeah.
It's for the best. It's for the best that way.
Well, it looks like I have to wrap the things up, but I like to think I speak for thousands and thousands of people out there. Where I'd just like to say thank you for all of the work you have all done across these 10 years in delivering some of the strongest performances in anime and helping bring that content more mainstream to the West. Sincerely, you have all done incredible jobs, and I'm very grateful to have experienced it.
Thank you so
So
Thank you
much.
much.
so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you a lot. And yeah, thank you for the interview. Much appreciated and wish you all the best.
You bet.
You as
Thank
well.
you. Thank you.
Take care, my friend.
Take care.
Thanks for watching, Super Friends. Check out more videos from across our YouTube channel right here. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share on all your favourite platforms. See you next time.